Now this one's going to be fun because here we're playing the Traxler, except your opponent is like, I don't want to move forward. I'm going to go king f8. This move looks safe, but it's a terrible move. It's a terrible move because now you just go all the way back and you say, well, Levy, well, I don't, why are we going back here? Why did we not, look, when the king goes to e7, black is telling you they know what they're doing. They know that the king is supposed to be in the middle because the rook gets the f file. But by going to the f8 square, they tell you they don't know what they're doing, but they are telling you the queen will now have a diagonal to work with. You cannot play bishop d5 here because the king is not standing on e7, and so the queen sees the knight, and this would be a very, very tragic way to get absolutely bludgeoned. All right? And I'm not recommending that. I'm not recommending you losing in like 7 moves. So here, drop back. And I've included a couple of things here because I find them very funny. Now knight f7 actually is a threat. It wasn't a threat in the other position because something was going to go to f8, the queen, and then you would get obliterated. But now, this actually happens a shocking amount of the time. Like, people still blunder this fork. And what they try to do here is play it in the style of the Traxler. They try to sack the bishop. They try to take. You should hide your king in the corner. And the major difference between this and a regular Traxler is that you got the pawn already. The bishop came all the way back and is on a safe square. So this is a totally different position. And now just a very simple queen f1. Queen f1 threat stops queen f2 mate. And if anything, it's going to counterattack on black. Black is the one getting busted here. King e7, knight h8. This is a threat. Queen f7 is a threat. Knight c3 to get rid of the knight. They lost all their pieces. I mean, if you lose from this position, it happens. Trade the queen or win it. But yes, many people after king f8 don't even understand how this still exists. Look, d6 is the same. You just win the rook now. And when the king was there, it was fine because something could go to f8 with counterplay. Nothing can go to f8 now. If black plays queen e7 and you just take, and then black goes here, I mean, I'd probably just play queen f3 check. Like, if I'm honest, like, now they got to go back. I mean, maybe I would stop this move. Maybe. But honestly, I would probably just castle my king. But the position is, look, it's a little bit tricky. A little bit. It's never too late to do something crazy and blunder. But I mean, even just like even castling is, yeah, it looks a little bit spicy and whatever. Like, they got queen h4 but the threat is to take a pawn which is pinned to the king. So ultimately, they're only getting themselves in trouble. And I would just rely on my pawn here. Black has to spend a move taking it, but now I've got an active bishop, and my knight is coming, and if this, you could probably kick out the bishop first and then play bishop e3. Even, excuse me, you can probably even just play, like, knight d2, and I don't really get it. You got to be a little careful. Bishop takes f2 is a little bit scary. Even worse comes to worst if you get to this position. If you count the material, you're still up. And it's really hard to get that knight because your bishop is such a monster. But look, I created a complete mess. Sometimes I like to, take you through like some of the moves that I think might happen. And, like just castle and develop some pieces and you'll be grand. I mean, you're gonna be in great shape. Even G3 here. There's no need for the theatrics. There's no need for the nonsense. Just play solid, smart chess. If takes, pawn takes. You're not getting mated. There's no mate. Nobody can do anything to you here. So give a check, trade the queen, develop some pieces. You gotta be a touch careful. Just a touch, really. But protect yourself at all times, as they say. But that's that's what's there. And they can play bishop f2 now. This actually happens a shocking amount of the time below like 1200. They think that they're in a Traxler and lose both pieces. I'm not even exaggerating. Like this is like bishop f2 has actually played a crazy amount of the time here. It's almost 1 in every 5 games because people just think that you're in a Traxler, but after king takes, knight takes, they just lost both pieces. So that's not any good. And queen h4, you just save the knight. And queen f3 and queen f7 isn't coming. So this is, you know, king can come back, rook f, like it's kind of hilarious actually how badly people play. Now d5 is a reasonable move. d5 is maybe the best move practically because it blocks our bishop. It gets their light squared bishop in the game. We're going to take it, and they're going to take... I don't really care what else they can do, to be honest, because you're going to castle. Let's say they take. Now, be careful. Your knight's under attack. So queen h5, simultaneously defending the knight, threatening a mate, and threatening knight h7 whenever we want it. g6, we can slide forward with a check. And now we castle. We have knight c3. We also have d4. I've shown you this idea before. Your position is really strong, so it doesn't matter that you're going to lose a pawn if it's going to activate your bishop and open up the e and the d files against your opponent. The move d4 is a very valuable move because, yes, d3 does a similar thing in opening the bishop, but d4 attracts time and attention away from your opponent, and this is not a position where a pawn matters. You know, you've got absolutely massive things coming into the black position. So bishop f7 is a cold shower for a Traxler player. I showed you in the last one, king e7, you know, how to play that position with the bishop on the d5 square. And on king f8, I like the simple retreat, bishop b3. But folks, I'm going to tell you, like, it's one thing to learn how to play against the Traxler. It's a whole nother thing to tame the beast. It's a fantastic opening. I advocated for, you know, the black pieces a lot. And in some of those positions with black, you know, you're down like a rook. But you're still being annoying. You have a lot of activity. And like here... I told you with white, just relax, like don't do anything crazy, but you might be up a rook and lose the game. I mean, the Traxler is a very, very tricky line, very tricky. Luckily, you're not going to face it all that much, but now if you do, you know not to panic, and you know you're all good. Now, I'm adding this clip just at the end of this final Traxler video to let you know that obviously this entire mini course was all about this position, right? But we were relying on black playing knight f6. Now, on the third move, black can also play bishop c5, and that will make up about the other half of your games, as well as some other things. You're going to have some opponents play h6. You're going to have some opponents play the Blackburn Gambit, which is not very good if you know what you're doing. So you must study this mini course on the fried liver with the Italian game, okay? And so against bishop c5, you need to know another move. You can either play c3, d4, which is what the Italian game course is all about. We have another one on the aggressive Italian that's a little bit more advanced with castling and various gambits. So I taught you knight f6, knight g5. But now you have to fill in your understanding of bishop c5. But good news for you, we got plenty of stuff to study on Chessly. Hope you enjoy.